Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm at JAFAX 2016 with special guest Samantha Inoue-Harte, who's been a voice actress. Certainly not downplaying all the stuff that you've done, but well known as the Chocobo from Final Fantasy Unlimited. Is that correct?
Yes.
And an animator, and has had her own animation studio as well, from what I understand.
Yes.
Well, how are you doing today?
I'm doing it. I have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize if I start pinching my nose. It's because I'm trying to blow like my ears out. And,
don't feel too bad. They're usually used to my nasally voice whenever I do interviews, anyways.
Oh, yay! Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. The fans here are amazing. I love Michigan. Then this hotel is gorgeous.
It is nice. I mean, I have no need to stay in it since I'm based out of Grand Rapids, and that'd just be pointless. Like, I just want to, I pay enough for rent as is, but I want to pay for about 2/3 of my rent just to stay a few nights here,
Oh, yeah. Don't want that. But, ooh.
First question time. Well, that's second question time. For jazz hands. What was your first exposure to anime and animation?
Ooh, okay, so,
Eastern versus Western, I guess.
Oh, my. Okay, so I grew up overseas most of my life. My dad was in the Navy for many years, and so we were stationed in multiple places, from Naples, Italy, to Subic Bay in the Philippines. And my mother is Japanese, and so every summer and every winter, from the time that I can first remember, all the way until like 91 or 92, I was always in Japan every summer and every winter. Now, my dad is like the biggest Disney fanatic that you would have ever met. If you can imagine a guy who looked like Santa Claus, this big Irish guy, buff and burly, and just every night he'd watch like Cinderella or Snow White or Fantasia. So it's like I grew up watching Disney movies. A lot of times though they were in Japanese. So because my English speaking skills when I was a young kid wasn't the greatest. It was actually pretty terrible. I was the bane of every kindergarten teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher's worst nightmare, because I would go in and I'd be like, I need to go, Shiko. Yeah, and they'd call home and be like, she's saying Shiko. We don't know what Shiko means. It's like, oh, it means she gotta go pee.
Wait, did they have like a southern accent? Like, just going by the impressions, like she don't know what Shinko, we don't know what Shinko means.
Yeah, it's like it's in the military. I went to Department of Defense schools most of my life, and so it's like, so every once in a while, yeah, there would be a
southern
teacher.
drawl.
There would be a teacher with a southern drawl, but yeah, as far as I got exposed more to Disney movies. That's like probably the first animation that I ever got to see was like probably either my dad really liked Snow White and Cinderella and Fantasia. Those were the three that like he would be like, let's watch it. It's like, okay.
Fantasia's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I've got everything just memorized.
Night on Bald Mountain?
Yes.
Oh, I love that scene.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dance of the Hours was my favorite because I love the little Pegasuses and the satyrs and the centaurs. And, it's like grew up watching Song of the South,
Song of the South will never, ever see the light of day ever again.
Oh, I got the
with Uncle
UK,
Remus.
I got the UK release.
Yes, with the UK, but that will never ever see the light. That's something that's going to stay at Disney's vault over here. I am very sorry for interrupting you.
Gorgeous animation, though. I mean, it's like it was the times.
And that poor guy wasn't allowed to the premiere.
That's bad. See, I didn't know that, but I mean, I love the animation portion. It's like Brer Rabbit was like. He was one of my favorite character designs. But then I started watching, it's like we're in Japan, we're watching TV, and there's Dragon Ball. There's Ranma 1/2, and there's like,
Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah. I mean, it's like my first movie theater experience was actually my cousins took me to go see Macross Do You Remember Love?
Okay.
So that was like 1984. So that was like one of my very first theatrical movies that I got to see that I remember. I'm sure that there were probably before then some other movies, but I actually really fell in love with just the animation style of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid, it's like there'd be all this anime going on, and I wasn't actually an anime fan, which is like really like right. But 1989, I started reading Berserk.
Top 5 manga for me of all time.
Oh my gosh, Guts is my man.
And that dude gets screwed over so much in that series.
I know.
And that series still is going on to this day. And I just hope that, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is it Miura? Kentaro Miura?
Yeah, Kentaro Miura.
Thank you for schooling me on that one.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. Miura.
I actually hope that he does not pass away before that series is finished, because he's been working on it for 20 plus years.
Dude, he's like the Japanese version of George R.R. Martin.
That's a good point. Like, you get really attached to these characters, especially before the sacrifice. And I know, it's just like
The eclipse.
yeah. That I really wish I would have known that about you. I would have just picked your. I'm gonna pick your brain about that now. Screw some of these questions, like when Berserk's brought up. My goodness. I mean, have you seen any? Did you check out the anime or the movies?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I anything that's like Berserk related, I collect. It's like I still have yet to get a T-shirt though. But yeah, it's like.
I didn't have one in my size at an anime convention 2 years ago. Couldn't find one in my size.
Aww. Yeah, I mean, I was actually at one point considering like getting a tattoo of the brand.
Oh, yes.
That's how much of a fan I am, but I'm too scared of needles.
I know someone who's here today. Yeah, shameless plug for you. Otaku Joe has the brand right here on his neck. Seriously. That's like how he and I started. I was like, that is an awesome tattoo, No, Berserk is awesome. One of my favorite characters from that, Puck. Especially later on when he started becoming Chibi Chestnut Puck.
Oh my god, yeah. I was a big fan of judo.
That was so sad.
No spoilers.
So sad. I mean, all right, Berserk's been out for a long time, but like, trying to defend Casca, like.
I know. Oh my gosh. And then June 24th was when the new chapter came out. I still haven't read it yet.
Well, all right. Also, the new chapter has came out.
I think it was June 24th. Yeah.
So chapter 344, I want to say.
It's.
I don't know. This is like really nerdy for folks that aren't like into Berserk, but I don't care. Berserk is awesome. If you've not checked that out, the guy's artwork is so insanely detailed, especially when you get into it. It's amazing, and it's not like your typical. Certainly not like a shonen manga. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of great character development. I mean, the fact that, like, all right, we're going to start off with the first 2.5 volumes, then we're going to go back in time for the origin story to go all the way up to the present time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you feel bad for Guts for what he's had to go through. And you see why he's the way he is in present time.
Yeah, he's Guts, man. Any Guts cosplayers?
And I don't really get to see that. I've yet to run into a Griffith or Femto cosplay at all. I've not, in all the shows that I've gone to, I've yet to see anyone cosplay from Berserk, because I would just lose it. Like, oh my God, please, can I take a photo of you? Oh my God.
I love the fact that it's like, it's funny because it's like, there'll be some guys that'll like just totally love Berserk. And I'll be like, it's like the greatest gay love story ever. And they're like,
I never even thought about it that way.
Dude, Griffith has a thing for Guts.
Oh, I thought you meant like both Guts and Griffith. I was like, I could see where you're going at with that, but.
Well, I mean, it's like weird, it's like a little triangle thing.
I
it's like
own
Griffith
you.
Loves Guts. Guts loves Casca. And it's like,
and then Casca loves Griffith.
Yeah. And it's like, you're just kind of going like,
I actually didn't. I just thought it was more along the lines of ownership, because I thought Griffith was like, I own you. You're going to help me get to the top. but I really don't need you. Especially like when Guts felt betrayed, when Griffith was given that speech to, I forgot her name, the princess, you know,
I think Charlotte.
Lady Charlotte, yes. And like he's just standing down there, and boy, for like the movie, like the colors they chose for that was just amazing. Like that green sky, and like he's just staring up after he did the deed for Griffith that he asked him to, and just felt totally betrayed, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm actually excited about like the upcoming, like they keep talking about Berserk, the upcoming 4th movie, because they've released a trailer for that.
And the video game. Oh my gosh.
There's gonna be another video game?
Dude, it's like the trailer just came out for that, and I was like, shut up, take my money.
Wait. Are you serious? Because, all right, this is a first for me, folks. I didn't know that, because I know that there was like a PS2 game, you know, but I didn't know there was going to be a brand new Berserk video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never going to see the light of day over here, though.
Well, the trailer was in English.
You sure it wasn't like the movie?
No.
For the Black Swordsman arc?
This is a video game.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. It's gorgeous, yo. I was like, oh my gosh. And there's blood everywhere when he's like sitting there twirling around with his giant sword.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook. Check it out.
I'm going to have to. Well, all right.
Because I totally geeked out on my Facebook. I was like, oh my God, Berserk. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I guess I'll just skip some questions on this.
I'm sorry. No, you can ask those questions.
No, it's not. Look, anything after Berserk's going to pale in comparison.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it is Berserk. Yeah.
But, all right, I guess I'll throw in one.
Oh, my gosh. Did you actually hear, like, some of the blooper reels?
All right, I own all 3 movies, and I own the original anime series, and I loved the blooper reel from that. You know, like...
The guy who plays Griffith just randomly goes into Broadway musical songs.
Yes.
It's so amazing.
And like, or Beavis and Butthead. No, seriously, the narrator, like, seriously, I've never watched the show, you know?
Oh.
But my favorite one from that was when someone was singing as Olaf from Clerks doing the Berserker song.
I want to making fuck Berserker. My love for you
is like a truck Berserker. All right, well, speaking of Clerks, this is a good segue. Since you helped animate the lost scene from Clerks, what was your reaction to that? Like when you didn't they give you like
watched it?
Yes.
Oh man, like so yeah, it was very weird because it's like I was always a big fan of Clerks, and so when we got to do the animation for it, I was kind of geeking out the entire time. But then it kind of turned really awkward because some of the animators were like, "We need to have a model for Julie Dwyer for this oral sex scene."
Oh,
and
yes.
I was like, what? And being one of the few women in the studio at the time, there were not very many women working in animation in Texas. And so yeah, I had to sit on the table.
I know exactly what you're getting at.
Yeah, and so pretending, and I think this was like so many years ago. I was still kind of like not very sexual at the time, you know, and so I'm kind of going like, so how does this work? The guys are like, okay, like pose like this. It's like, okay, and yeah, it turned really awkward really fast, and them having to draw me was like,
I was like, did the boss walk in on this? You know?
Oh no! It was just like they needed. I mean, it's
like
normal.
Julie's parents walking in on Dante.
No, actually, no. There was nobody else acting with me. It was just like me sitting on the table, just trying to make it, you know, pose like things were happening. But it was really awkward because it's like it's normal for animators to go up to other animators and be like, "Hey, can I see your hands? You know, can you do this with your hands?" And you're like, "Okay, yeah, sure." You know, it's like, and then they draw it. But it's like,
yeah, you can't go up. Hey, could you like sit on this table and spread eagle a little bit? Like,
yeah,
it's tasteful. I promise. We'll be classy about this.
Yeah,
you can't approach that subject in a casual manner and not expect it to be awkward.
Yeah,
Look, it's good. I'm a pro.
It was like, okay, I stand like this, okay. But yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. And a lot of the dialogue from that short. I mean, gosh, there's a scene where Randall goes, I'm not gonna put my hand into that terminal vagina.
Yes.
I was just like, oh, did he really say that? Oh my god! And you're like animating like the mouth flaps to it, and I just was like, oh my gosh, my ears. Oh.
I actually have the comic that featured that whole scene, and then I found out later on that it was animated. I was like, I didn't know which one came first, but you know.
I think it was the comic came out first. But yeah, you can actually go onto YouTube and look up Clerks, the last episode.
Oh, believe me, I did watch it again. You know, in reference to doing. I mean, when I was doing research on you and stuff, I was like, oh yes, I do remember this because it was great. Like in the actual movie, like they skipped to it, you know, like completely skipped over to Dante and Randall running out of the funeral home, and that's just so messed up. But then to actually fill in the blanks, I think that's pretty cool, and I thank you for contributing to filling in the blanks.
Actually, it's really funny because it's like I'm actually really slow at drawing, and I actually got into a lot of trouble during that because it's like I was just I get so OCD that it's like I'll be drawing and they're like, man, you're drawing too slow. so yeah, I was a slow poke on that short.